Dustin Johnson is the embodiment of a modern golfer, a towering figure built for power, precision, and unshakable mental toughness.
The legendary Arnold Palmer once said, "Winning isn't everything, but wanting it is." In 2016, at a place where careers have been transformed, the burden of potential was finally lifted. And so it was at the 116th U.S. Open at Oakmont for DJ's major redemption.
With a swing that appears effortless, yet generates some of the longest drives in the sport, he has dominated courses around the world, winning 2 major championships, reaching the pinnacle of the world rankings, and securing his legacy as one of the greatest to ever play the game.
Come on, ball. Come on,
It's
turn.
turning.
Turn.
Oh, it curls in.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, that's an aggressive line.
Taking it over the lake.
Oh, look, no one's been there all week.
No wonder he got it wrong first time. Now he's where he hit his second shot from.
Where he hit his his third shot.
Sorry, his third.
in regulation.
Laid up to. Holy smokes! I didn't see that one coming.
Goodness.
Well, good news. Dustin can see the flag.
Played very quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was right at it, folks. Look at this! Oh, baby! Birdie for the victory. And an all-world par at the 72nd to extend this tournament and then ultimately win it. His 4th win of the year, Nick. His 16th career victory.
The real deal.
Here's a guy who can bomb it.
His swing's built for power, built for speed. He's only got 1 gear. The U.S. Open can make any man immortal. And like all great heroes,
The shot of his life.
there's nothing that'll stand in his way.
This is as good as it gets.
Dustin's ready.
But his journey to the top was anything but straightforward. It was a path riddled with challenges, setbacks, and personal battles that could have easily derailed his career. Yet through it all, Dustin Johnson emerged as a maverick, a golfer who defied expectations, rewrote the rules, and left an indelible mark on the sport.
Dustin Johnson to eliminate Brandon Grace and to heap the pressure on Cameron Smith.
In the hole. In the hole. And he makes it. Dustin Johnson. Ice cool on 18. Advantage DJ.
Born on June 22nd, 1984, in Columbia, South Carolina, Dustin Hunter Johnson was raised in a household where golf was more than just a pastime. It was a way of life. His father, Scott Johnson, was a PGA club professional, while his mother, Candy, managed the pro shop. Golf was always around him, but unlike many prodigies who are pushed into the sport from a young age, Dustin's introduction to the game was more organic. It wasn't until he was 6 years old that his father took him to a driving range for the first time. That simple trip sparked something in him. Dustin quickly became obsessed, spending hours practicing, often alone, just a few spots down from where his father was coaching others. Without structured lessons, Dustin relied on raw talent, repetition, and sheer determination to develop his skills.
DJ. And there's 3 of them. Absolutely magnificent. Dustin Johnson joins Smith and Grace on 17 under par.
Most important shot Dustin Johnson has ever hit right here.
What a gem, Dustin Johnson. The shot of his life.
I hit a great shot in there, you know, probably the best shot I've ever hit.
Johnson's towering 6-iron approach never left the flag and left him only 3 feet from a closing birdie. DJ could finally bask in the certainty that the U.S. Open title that had slipped through his fingers a year before at Chambers Bay was now his.
18-month-old Tatum.
He wasn't just hitting balls, he was honing a craft. By the time he was 14, he was already making waves in the junior golf scene. His tall, athletic frame gave him a physical advantage, and his ability to drive the ball farther than most of his competitors set him apart. He wasn't just good, he was special. He shot back-to-back rounds of 64 at Coldstream Country Club and Golden Hills Golf Course, leaving those around him in awe. Winning the junior state championship further solidified what he already knew. He wasn't just playing golf for fun, he was on a mission to make it to the PGA Tour.
Dustin Johnson on his way to a U.S. Open championship.
Oakmont's hard. No doubt about that. This is Dustin Johnson's moment in the sun. He's worked hard for this.
A birdie at 18. Dustin Johnson will win the U.S. Open.
Rules officials did ultimately give Johnson a 1-stroke penalty for inadvertently causing his ball to move on the 5th green, but it wouldn't affect the outcome of the championship.
While his golf game was on an upward trajectory, Dustin's personal life was beginning to unravel. His parents' marriage was falling apart, and when they finally divorced, the family was torn in different directions. Dustin and his sister, Lori, stayed with their father, while his younger brother, Austin, moved in with their mother. It was a tough transition. That's when his grandmother, Carol Jones, stepped in, determined to give her grandson another chance. She personally reached out to Coastal Carolina University's men's golf coach, Alan Terrell, pleading for him to take a chance on Dustin. Terrell, impressed by his raw talent and potential, agreed. It was the break Dustin needed. At Coastal Carolina, under Terrell's strict mentorship, he found the structure and discipline he had been missing. He wasn't just working on his swing, he was working on himself. He improved his grades, trained harder than ever, and proved he belonged. His success was immediate. By his sophomore year, he won the Big South Conference Championship and was named Player of the Year. He dominated amateur events, winning the Monroe Invitational and the Northeast Amateur, and even represented the U.S. in the 2007 Walker Cup and Palmer Cup. By the time he graduated with a degree in sports management, Dustin had already built a reputation as one of the best young golfers in the country. The only thing left to do was turn professional. He entered the 2007 PGA Tour qualifying school, finished 14th, and earned his tour card for 2008. His rookie season was electric. He won his first PGA Tour event at the Turning Stone Resort Championship, then followed it up with another victory at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. By 2010, he was no longer just a promising young player. He was a rising star. But with fame came controversy. That year at the PGA Championship, he held a 1-shot lead heading into the final hole. He appeared to have bogeyed, which would have forced a playoff, but officials ruled that he had grounded his club in a bunker, resulting in a 2-stroke penalty that dropped him to 5th place. It was a heartbreaking moment, but Dustin took it in stride. He didn't dwell on what could have been. He kept pushing forward.
Everything that a person goes through in life, I can learn from it or not. And so I try to take every situation, good or bad, and just try to learn from each thing that I get thrown in life.
I know firsthand, when he finished at 18, his life will never be the same.
To finally have it pay off is, it's absolutely amazing. It pushes me to work even harder because I know what I'm doing is working.
And a major championship for Dustin Johnson. He is the 116th U.S. Open champion.
This is what you dream of as a kid, holding up that U.S. Open trophy. It's definitely a moment I'll never forget.
But just when it seemed like his career might fall apart, he found something that changed him: fatherhood. His fiancée, Polina Gretzky, gave birth to their first child, Tatum, in 2015. The responsibility of being a father forced Dustin to reevaluate his life. He took a leave of absence, sought help, and returned to the game with a renewed sense of purpose. The results spoke for themselves. In 2016, he won his first major championship at the US Open, silencing critics who doubted his ability to perform under pressure. He followed it up with dominant performances in 2017, securing the world #1 ranking and holding it for 64 consecutive weeks. Dustin Johnson had proven his resilience. Even with all the ups and downs, he remained one of the best golfers in the world.
Dustin Johnson to eliminate Brandon Grace and to heap the pressure on Cameron Smith.
In the hole. In the hole.
And he makes it. Dustin Johnson, ice cool on 18. Advantage DJ.
But in 2022, he made a decision that would shake the golfing world. He left the PGA Tour for Relive Golf, signing a massive $125 million deal. The move was met with intense criticism. The PGA Tour banned him from future events, igniting a bitter feud that divided the sport. But for Dustin, the decision was simple. It was best for his family. In just 8 events, he earned $35 million, nearly half of his total PGA career earnings. He was crowned the 2022 individual champion and led his team, 4 aces, to a team victory. As the battle between the PGA Tour and Live Golf continues, Dustin remains unbothered. He has defied the odds time and time again, carving out his own legacy in the sport. Dustin Johnson has never played by the rules. He has stumbled, risen, and rewritten his own story. And knowing him, his journey is far from over. No matter what happens next, one thing is certain. His legacy is untouchable. He is a golfer who has transcended the sport, not just through his achievements, but through his ability to overcome adversity and redefine what it means to be a champion. From his humble beginnings in South Carolina to his rise as a global golf icon, Dustin Johnson's story is one of resilience, redemption, and relentless pursuit of greatness. He is a reminder that success is not always linear, and that the path to greatness is often paved with challenges. But for those who persevere, the rewards are immeasurable. Dustin Johnson is not just a golfer, he is a legend.
Good luck.